Have to hit that. There we go. So my name is Sydney. I'm with the Community Foundation of Southeastern Alberta. I'm the Grants and Communications Coordinator, and I am excited. I'm here to talk to you guys about the Community Impact Award. And um, just getting over a cold, so I apologize if I sound a little hoarse. I'm going to share my screen here. Hopefully you can see everything. Okay. Perfect. So Patty, can you give me a thumbs up? Can you see my screen? You're just the thumbnail video. Okay. Helen, can you see my screen? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. All right. So as I said, I will be recording this video. And I also just want to mention before I get started, I am here to chat with you about any grants, any questions you have at any point. So again, I oversee all the grants as well. On our team here, I have Helen on the call. Helen oversees the areas of County of 40 Mile, Cypress County, and our Prairie Crocus region, which is special areas 2, 3, 4, and the MD of Acadia. And I believe Nicole is joining as well, and she oversees Brooks and District area. So you're welcome to reach out to either one of those wonderful ladies or connect with me as well for any questions you might have. So throughout this workshop, we're going to just go over the application, the process, the eligibility, and criteria. If you have any questions, feel free to unmute or pop them in the chat, and I'll answer them at the end as well. But if you have a quick little question on a specific slide, feel free to just come off mute and ask away if you feel brave. So if you're not super familiar with the Community Foundation, I just want to give a basic overview here for you. So at the Community Foundation, we have 3 pillars. We grow, we give, and we inspire. So essentially, we grow by engaging our donors and accepting donations to put into permanent endowments. We then take the interest earned off those endowments and we give through a granting process. We have a number of different funds, a number of different grants that we give through. The Community Impact Award is just one of them. And we also inspire by connecting issues, convening partners, and developing community-based solutions. So our Community Impact Award actually aligns with 2 pillars, the We Inspire and the We Give pillars. And this grant is overseen by our Community Leadership Committee. The purpose of this committee is to enhance the Foundation's ability and capacity to provide community leadership in Southeastern Alberta. And we just really want to provide a more vibrant and resilient community and help sustain organizations well into the future. So our Community Impact Award requires that your project fit within one or more of our vital signs priority areas. You'll see those areas listed below. So this is from our vital signs report. You can find that on our website under initiatives and then under vital signs. And you can view our most recent report. We go into detail about different stats and stories about each of these priority areas. So connection and belonging, work and economy, and then basic needs, including food, housing, and health. So if you're here today and you have a specific project in mind that you're looking to apply for, make sure it fits one of those priority areas in order to make sure you're eligible. Helen, if you don't mind kind of just watching the chat and letting me know if there's a question related to the slide, that would be super helpful. Thank you. All right, so just want to point this out. At CFSEA, we really want to promote equity and inclusion, and all of our grants also want to support that. So if you are someone who is not super tech savvy and needs some support, our grant application is through an online platform. And so if you're needing some support with that, we are more than happy to help you with that through that a digital platform. And we also want to honor oral practices and accommodate maybe technical or physical barriers. And so we will accept recorded oral applications. If you do need that support, the recorded oral application, please reach out to us as soon as possible, as it will take us time to actually input it. So the deadline would be a few days before the normal deadline. But if you would like that, please reach out as soon as possible. So the Community Impact Award is designed for agencies with innovative project ideas that show creativity and leadership. At its core, that's what our committee is looking for: creativity, leadership, innovation. I am going to attempt, oh, it's not going to work for me. At the very end of this, I will put our link to the grant guidelines in the chat for you. I'll also send a follow-up email just so you have those grant guidelines. But if you go to our website under granting, it would be Community Impact Award page, and you'll be able to see our full grant guidelines. But that's what we're about to go over in this workshop today. So what is the Community Impact Award? Well, if you've heard anything about it, it used to be a $25,000 award. This year, we've actually increased it to $35,000, which we're really excited about. We're really hoping that makes a big splash for organizations. And so again, this is for registered charities with a game-changing idea who have the potential to create positive, lasting change in our region. A note about that is we can only grant to registered charities. However, if you are a nonprofit society here today, you can partner with an affiliate, which would be a qualified donee. The options are another registered charity, a school division, or a municipality. And you can use one of those affiliates. We would then grant the money to the affiliate and they would flow the funds through to you. So that's just an option if you are not a registered charity. Definitely reach out to me if you have questions about that. If you're looking to apply and you're not a registered charity, I'm happy to chat with you about that. So in addition, kind of what we're looking for, as I mentioned on the last slide, that innovative project idea. So never been done before, never been done in our region before, never been done at your agency before, something brand new. We're looking for that creativity. We're looking for your agency to be on the cutting edge, to be a leader in that area. And at the core of what we do is support vibrant, healthy, and caring communities. So we also want to make sure that that grant encompasses that mission. So I would encourage you to give me a call or set up a meeting with me, come in and chat about your idea before fully getting started. I'm happy to help support you and, walk through the application. And we do this for anyone that asks. Sometimes when you're living in it, when you know your project inside and out, it's kind of hard to maybe dummy it down for us to really understand the ins and outs of your project. So connecting with me, I can help maybe ask some more questions that you haven't thought of, or just help explain it so our committee who's reading it and evaluating it can fully understand it. Was there any questions so far? No, wonderful. All right, so eligibility and criteria. Again, this is all in our grant guidelines, if you want to refer to that as well. But for our eligibility and criteria, we, again, have to support a registered charity, and they have to be serving the communities within Southeastern Alberta. So I did see that there was an agency from Calgary on the call today. If you have a project or a service that's in Southeastern Alberta, you're welcome to apply. But if it's for a Calgary project, it wouldn't be eligible. And then if you have an idea that aligns with our vital signs priority areas, we invite you to apply. So that was on that past slide. We want projects that foster cooperative, collaborative, innovative approaches to facing challenges. And that is one thing that our committee prioritizes. So you'll notice a question on the application about partnerships and collaboration. We want to see that this isn't a standalone project, that there is support in the community for your project. So list any partners you may have. Whether they're solidified, in writing, or whether they're one that you've just kind of touched base with and they're interested in the idea. Write that down. Sorry, again, just getting over a little cold. So all of these things on this slide here are criteria how we evaluate your applications. And that is evaluated by our community leadership committee. It's a group of volunteers and they'll go through each of these. So your best chance of success is to go through and think through your answers for each of these eligibility areas prior to applying. All right, so just the application process for you here. First step for you guys is review eligibility. Does your project align with the mentioned criteria? So again, looking for that game-changing idea. I think some of you are in this webinar today who know what you want to apply for. You have a big idea and you're just kind of checking off the box to make sure that this works. Others of you want to just kind of dip your feet in and figure out what this is all about. If you want to meet with me and talk through, maybe you have a few ideas or a few options, let's chat about that. But the first step is really making sure this project aligns with this grant in order to make your time worthwhile. I'll just do a little plug too. If you're listening today and you're thinking you don't quite fit with this grant, but you're still looking for grant funding, next month on February 10th, we will open up our community grants, and that's a little more wide-reaching grants up to $25,000, and we give out multiple of those. Whereas again, this is just one grant for one agency with a game-changing idea. All right, so then the actual step one is the application. So you have to go through the CFSEA grant portal. Again, you can find that link on our website. And again, I will send a follow-up email after with the link there. If you have not created a profile, you'll need to do that the very first step. If you know your organization has a profile, but you forget the login, just connect with me and I'm happy to get you into the system. We really don't want to create duplicate profiles. So if you think maybe someone at some point has applied for a grant, just reach out to me and I can get you set up on that. So the application has about a dozen questions on it that you'll need to work through. And then step two, if you make it to this step, we ask up to 3 finalists to present their ideas to our community leadership committee. So you can take note, our presentation date is February 27th at 5 p.m. Till 7 p.m. And again, that is just for the top 3 to present to our committee. So right after this webinar, the grant will open on our grant platform, and then the deadline to submit is February 6th at 4:30. It's a hard deadline. It closes right after that. So if you're submitting at 4:31, it will not let you. It's not a mated process. So please keep that date in mind and give yourself as much time as you think you're going to need. So the successful applicant we will host a grant event at their site to kind of launch the project in the spring. You'll find out who the winner is at the end of March. And then that recipient will also have the opportunity to present at our following vital event or grant event if we don't have one that year. And then you have 18 months to spend the funds, finish the project, and complete the final report. Please also note we don't fund retroactive projects. So if you've already started this big idea and you've already spent money and you're looking to replenish that money, that would not be eligible. Just please keep that in mind. Or I guess I should mention too, if that timeline, that end of March, receiving the checks and finding out if that doesn't work with your project, then that would also unfortunately not make you eligible. For example, if you need to spend the money by February 15th, you wouldn't have it in time. And so that would then make it retroactive. Hopefully that makes sense. So just some general tips for you. Again, our committee is reading a number of applications, so feel free to simplify and use bullet form. And keep in mind that you work in the sector, you might know, some industry jargon or acronyms at your organization. If you have those things, make sure you explain them and fully flesh them out for the committee so that they can understand what you're trying to get across. Use numbers and showcase impact. So, example, like how many people will be impacted, how many events per year will use this equipment, those kind of things to look at and think about. Highlight partnerships. Like I said before, look for those community partnerships to integrate with, or even other funding partners. You could mention those as well. Another tip I kind of like to give is think about why now. You're trying to stand out among other applicants, and you need to showcase to our committee why now is the time that you need to start this project. What need has come up in the community? What need has come up at your organization that shows right now is the time to start this big idea? And then, yeah, just refer to that grant guideline document on our website. And as always, I'll keep saying this, but connect with me, connect with the staff. We're happy to help you walk through this application and really flesh out your ideas for your application. I'd like to provide these examples, but please know that we are looking for unique and innovative projects. So we don't want to see these things again. We've seen them already. So these are just examples of past projects and in no way what the Community Leadership Committee is anticipating to see. So one project that was done, you'll see these lovely ladies riding on this little bike. This is the Trishaw Bike Project. It was a collaboration between a few agencies. Bike Medicine Hat established a chapter of Cycling Without Age, and they provided seniors or those with mobility challenges to go for rides on the specially designed Trishaw bike operated by that volunteer pilot, the guy pedaling on the back there. So the Cypress View Foundation will support this project, and their residents will benefit from the bikes. So that was pretty neat. Another example, actually one, I don't have it listed here, but it was our very first one, was a collaboration between CSAR, so the Southeast Alberta Search and Rescue, and Halo. They received the very first Community Impact Award grant, and this helped fill gaps in services to people in emergency situations. So it was providing training and equipment to enhance ability to meet emergencies across the region. Another one listed on here is that Medicine Hat District Food Bank, the Food First program was a pilot project to essentially coach low-income families on food budgeting and preparation, including kitchen and gardening sessions, batch baking, and bulk buying. So it was a really neat project. So yeah, you can see the full list of recipients on our website if you're curious. But again, we don't want to see these same things again. This has been done. We want to see how you are going to be a leader and yeah, just help provide a vibrant, healthy, caring community through your project. So that comes to the end of my formal presentation. I'd love to just take a few minutes for um, questions in the chat, if there are any. So I will stop sharing my screen here. And feel free to just pop some questions in the chat.